Welcome back to our Vintage Series episode 39. On today's episode, we got a big one for you. We have to get this rake hooked up here. That's in our shed that we couldn't use for our pig feed anymore because it was kind of conflicting with our silo back there, which was unfortunate. So we got some other use out of it. We got the tedder in here and the rake. It's been working out pretty good. But we'll put the rake on. I'm actually gonna try putting that on a worker once and see if they can handle doing that, just for science. Actually, we should probably just supervise it while we... But if they can handle it, we're going to grab the combine, and then we can start doing that. But if they can't handle it, then we're going to put the combine off on worker, and then we can do the raking. But like I said, in the interest of science, I like to see if this will work. Like, theoretically, you'd think it would, because of the way the lines are set up. But again, it should have worked with the cutting, and it didn't. Since we put that new road in, kind of makes like it's not quite correct. Let's see, headland. So that should work, I would think. Let's see what they do. Where they decide to start. Because I'm almost kind of regretting putting that road in now that they don't cut correctly, but maybe the raking will go better. So far so good. I'm kind of curious how they're going to do the, like, if they're going to merge two into one or if they're just all going to be separate. I guess we'll find out. Might be a little goofy. They'll probably even miss some too. The cows are still not quite to the top yet, so we'll just let them keep gaining back. That just pays to show you really got to watch the water and the food to make sure, because it does set you back. And we're actually going to have another batch of pigs that are going to be ready to go next month, so that is awesome. Then we'll have a little break, but there's another 18 months right behind them. I actually want them to get one time around here. I suppose we could go and get the combine. They seem like that's decent. I'm just curious if they're going to merge or just do all separate. Well, let's go over to the combine. We at least get it over here. Like I said, we got a ton of soybeans to pick on today's episode. It'll probably actually take most of the episode doing that. So I don't know if I should do it as like one big time lapse, or if we should throw a break in there. We probably should put a break in there, and it might get too ridiculous. We got 2 months. Actually, we could go all the way up to November 2nd. So we got 2 months to harvest, and each month has 2 days, so we could like take quite a bit of time. And then break it up a little bit. Go back into the silage. Trying to think, I think next year we're probably going to get 1, maybe 2 bales of silage, or baling worth of silage, two cuts in, I should say. Just trying to keep an eye on the worker over there, see what they do there when they get to the end. As far as our harvest goes, how is it looking? It looks like, yeah, perfect. Nitrogen, 106. This is gonna be a really good harvest. And with this, we're going to get a lot of money for a little bit of product. That's why I like soybeans. And we really didn't have to worry about the nitrogen. The nitrogen is, you know, that target point is 0. We're at 45 and 50. Okay, what are they going to do here? Element. A moment of truth, I should say. Yeah, they're just going to keep going over. We'll try it. Look, they're even taking someone out of that row. We'll see how it goes. We'll let them have at it. It might make it more interesting to do something different for the baling anyway. Let's fire this up. Suppose I shouldn't have shut it off. And we'll get this field done. I'm kind of wondering, after it's all said and done, we're going to have enough room in our silo if we're going to have to put up another silo. It's kind of what I wanted to do, is plump our silos full too with all these fields. Got quite a bit of them. There's still two more off our farm that we bought that will have to get harvested and sold yet. But it will be nice to see what we get for a whole entire harvest. Alright, so let's go ahead and crack on here, and I guess we'll stop when we stop, I guess, and take a break and probably work on that hay, I should say silage. Alright, we have 2 fields done. We are low on gas in the combine, so we're going to run it back to the farm and fill up. I think I'm going to leave the header over here. Although we could actually start on that other field. Or put it off on a worker. We do have the hay that's done here on the... or grass. The rows ain't too bad, but I mean... it could be better. But it definitely could have been a lot worse, too. Yeah, we'll probably do this one here on the right, get that one done. Or put it off on a worker while we take care of the grass and get that baled and wrapped. That'll be a bit of a task. There we go. Dropped off. Now we can maneuver a lot better. But the sun is going down. So I think it's best if we go ahead and take a nap. Because we got basically 4 months to do this cutting. Okay, refill. There we go. Good to go. Once again. Better go third person here to see where we're going. I'll just drive it ahead a little bit. So we got room for our tractor behind it here. We might as well dump this too at our silo. Trying to break in the loading here on the, because I did update the graphics card, so it's choppy once again. But I think it's starting to get better. Cows are happy. There's a little jittery. Okay, here we go. Dump soybeans. Two fields done, and we got 7,223. We got soybeans, wheat, and barley to sell. When were... I'm pretty sure soybeans is in July. Yeah, wheat and barley are in January, and then soybeans in July. That's pretty good. We'll rest. We'll have to keep an eye on the meadow grass here. That is definitely going down. They'll probably have to be fed here in November. We got plenty of hay to feed the cows, so that's not a big deal there. I think what we're gonna do is we will put this off on a worker on that field there. Let them get on, and then we're gonna tackle the silage bales. I bet that corn's probably full in our greenhouse. 41,000, but it's getting close. Grapes and olives are still producing. We probably should get our greenhouse put up. There we go. Bam. Ready to go. Alright, let's grab the header here, and we'll let them get on. I think they should be quite alright. AI worker, and then we'll do the headlands. Yeah, we'll just see how they do. Hopefully they can do it no problem. That's a loud machine. We'll just drive the trailer over there so it's ready to go, and then we'll get on the grass operation. Yeah, it's still jerky on the camera. Are they gonna have trouble? There they go. We'll park over here. Technically, I think this is a field road. Alright. We'll get this put away. We'll grab the baler. And then we'll get the bales wrapped. Well, our worker was having a little bit of trouble, so I had to stop and then relieve them. It's fine. There's only a little bit left. We'll dump this into our wagon. Hopefully, we gonna get it all on? Gonna be close, I think. Yeah, it might just be a hair too much. 98.9. Ooh, we might get it all. 98%. Just a little bit. Yeah, we should be able to get it, I think. $98.99. Oh yes, perfect. Look at that. Yeah, we'll dump this in the wagon. I just realized we're gonna need the trailer for the bales. So I think what we'll do is we'll do that while we set the worker off on the other far field. Pretty straight field. They shouldn't have a problem on that one. And it's stock. We never drilled it. It was already on the map here, so I would think they could do the job. We'll just mosey on down there. Okay, we have arrived on our field here. We'll set this off on a worker. We'll see how they decide to do it. Like I said, straightforward. Should be easy for them. We know how easy it is for the workers sometimes. They'll get themselves straightened up. Yeah, we'll get going on our bales. So we get that done and get the trailer over here ASAP. They're definitely going to need it. I'll go third person because that camera angle is still jittery. Unfortunately. Takes a little while to break that in sometimes. We might actually have to shuffle back quite a bit on that other, if that's a big field over there, to be able to get it all in our silo. We actually haven't checked the sales in a while, but we're actually not really looking for anything at the moment. But it's always interesting to look. Okay, we are up to 9,500 for soybeans. Almost to 30,000 capacity. I don't know if we'll... Yeah, we probably won't get another 20,000, so it all probably should fit in that silo. Easy enough, I think. Okay, let's get these bales picked up and then wrapped.
old song. Harvest time, we can't be wrong. Grains of hope in our embrace. Life's a battle we all must face. Fields of gold and dreams untold. Blood and toil in this endless fall.
The rows weren't quite up to spec for the GPS, so we did miss a little bit. Probably hardly worth it. Let's see, 249. Can't be a whole lot, but we are going to sell the field. So we might as well take advantage of the little bit we get out of it. It was more than I thought. Probably almost like 15. Not bad. Okay, we'll get this dumped into the wagon. I think what we'll do, I'm going to send this actually combine over to the other field on a worker. Hopefully they get over there fine. They should. And then we'll save that for the next episode. And then I think what we're going to do is rest, and we're going to go into November. And then we're going to sell eggs that are due in November here. Let's see, can we just get them down here? Let's try to get them on the side road. I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Actually, maybe try to get them down here. Let's try down here. Hopefully they can get there. They should be able to. But we know how lovely workers act up sometimes. See me just getting off like that kind of confused them. And sometimes you have to turn on super strength and give them a little shake, and then they decide to go. But sometimes that doesn't work either. So what we gotta do... So we gotta do it again. Let's see, cancel. Set destination. Let's try that again. Now we gotta use tab to get out of there. Okay, like I said, let's get this back to the silo. We're gonna, yeah, you take the road. So we got all the fields done but one. That's pretty good. I think it's best we save it. And then we'll, like I said, we're going to sell some eggs to mix it up here just a little bit. I think the pigs were actually due to sell this month, weren't they? Maybe we should sell them. We'll double check it here once we get this unloaded. Excellent. So we are up to... Wow, 16,677. Pretty good. Yeah, let's take a look at the pigs real quick. No, they sell next month. We could do them and then save the eggs for the next episode. I guess it doesn't matter what we decide to do. We'll do one sale though, and we'll save the other one for the next episode. We're gonna use that truck. Yeah, the flatbed's on. Yeah, we can do that easily. Yeah, we'll just leave this tractor here. Okay, let's take a nap and let's see some light. It says they did make it down there though, right? They did. Good. Good on them. Alright, looks like we sold some chickens and then we got some nice property income for November here. Yeah, 24 months, so the pigs are ready to sell. There's actually 6 there. And then we're still working on the cows. Ooh, they actually got some more meadow grass. Good. We'll have to keep an eye on them for sure because they're going to be getting low on water. We don't want that to happen. We should have sold that batch already, but they're still trying to gain momentum here. Maybe it would help if we throw some hay in to get the, you know, because meadow's only 40%. Let's do that. We'll put some hay in there, and then we'll sell the eggs to... Where are those going to be going to? The supermarket. Let's tag that. Excellent. We'll get the hay put in first. Yeah, it just seems like the health of the cows are just going up pretty slow. Be nice to get that batch sold. We'll get 3 bales put in here. That usually takes 3. Although the other time I think it took 4. These lasted us quite a while. I think we actually made hay one time in the series. But for the most part, what we had already on the farm was good. There we go. I do like that cow pen though, that has that bulk feeder like that. Makes it real nice to slide the bale in there and you can have a little extra. It's always good. Look at that, they're jumping for joy already. Yeah, I think this will help. Getting to be a problem trying to get their health up so we can get them sold. It's the last year anyway, so it doesn't hurt us to actually use up a little more hay. We definitely don't need it anymore. I definitely did like the layout of this farm. Spent a lot of time building it. Made for an interesting visual, that's for sure. Okay, is that the last one? Or are they going to take a 4th? No, they'll take a 4th. We'll put it in. Because why not? They got the room. We definitely won't need it for another year. 2 bales left after this. Probably end up throwing them in the pasture anyway. Use them up. I mean, we could sell them, but it ain't worth that much. I suppose we could sell it with the straw. Alright, there we go. That's the 4th one in, so we'll just get these egg pallets put on the truck. Kinda wondering if we should sell the chickens after this. I'm almost thinking we should. So we can start to wind down. Oops, that's right. It's in the way. Because we ain't gonna really... We actually don't get a whole lot for these as it is. So if we sold them in an off month, yeah, 5,000. And it's not even gonna be, you know, a whole year again. It'll be close, I guess, but it'll be at a low price. I think we should sell them. It's phase 1 of winding down. We should probably do that before we grab the last pallet, otherwise I'll spawn another one. Okay, let's go into the chickens, and we can say goodbye. Okay, we got, yeah, 20 of them. That was a max. Let's go ahead and... Actually, we have to do it from the pen. I forgot. And then we got 2 go-to sold. I'm gonna sell 20. 400 bucks. That's all they're worth. See you guys. He does well. Definitely nice for a good start. Look at that. It's kind of sad. Alright, last time for eggs. Last small pallet. 200 it says. How many is on a full pallet? 1,000? I didn't even check that out when we read it. It must be 1,000, right? I pay attention. Yeah, 1,000. Excellent. Progress is being made. Get these strapped in. And then we'll head on down to the sale area. Heading in through town here. I think we did sell here once before, yeah. This was the Cluckin' place. Cock is how you say that. Cock supermarket. Bam. All right. That was a productive episode. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's sell that farmland. Because we don't need it anymore. 86. Sell. 85,000. Nice. Yes. Bam. 257,000. It's just going to help us so tremendously in the next series. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. On the next episode, we're going to finish up the soybean field. And then we have to sell some pigs. And then we also have to... Well, we got to keep on our cows yet because we still have to get to the point of selling again. And I guess after that, we'll be selling a bunch of product. We got a canola field to harvest. So probably got 1 or 2 episodes left, maybe 3. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.